Hello, and welcome to my channel. I'm Andy Grace. It took me until the middle of July, basically, or at least, July had already started, to realize that we had come to the end of a quarter, and we were starting a fresh quarter of the year, which means that I needed new goals for my quarterly writing goals. So, yeah, I'm gonna do my quarterly writing goals now, and film it. Actually, I already wrote down my new goals before I started filming it. So I'm not going to film me writing the new goals, but I'm going to film me talking about them. Also, because I enjoyed doing this type of video so much the first time, I'm going to take off this nail polish, put on a different nail polish, film that while I discuss. Even though I know my brain doesn't really multitask, so doing the nails and trying to talk at the same time doesn't always work out. I kind of like doing it, so I'm doing it again. Okay, here we go, folks. We're going this dark purpley color, because that's what we want to do. Let me get myself a cotton ball. Okay, so goals. Where are my little goals? Here's my goals from the last quarter, April through June. I highlighted as I finished things, and you can see that not everything's highlighted, but let's discuss. Hold on while I get myself some of this remover. It's never been opened before. I actually have to open the bottle. This is hard work. This is not. I should be doing this on camera because it's not working. But then I'd look like even more of a dork than I already am. So, ouch. Are you supposed to? How do you? I've been beaten. But ouch, this bottle. Okay, we're gonna take my pen and stab it. Oh, I just broke my pen. Guys, look, I just pulled my pen apart. This is not going well. Put that back on. Stab. There, I put a hole in it. You see this hole? This is not how I thought this video was going to go. Anyway, so goals, obviously I wanted to do the book launch of Return to Sherwood in May, and actually release the book. Actually release the book. That was hard to say. Got it. Anyway, I wanted to do that, and I did do that, and it's been awesome, and I've been selling books, and I'm just so excited about sharing Return to Sherwood with the world. The next thing on my list is the conference that I go to every year. Oh, this smells awful. This is a different nail polish remover that I usually use, and it stinks. Okay, anyway, yes, the next thing on my list there is the conference that I go to. Oh, that is painting me instead of taking it off. That's unfortunate. This is not gonna work out the way I wanted it to. Also, what is that smell? Okay, anyway, the conference that I go to every year, but it got rescheduled because of the pandemic. So I crossed it off and said it was rescheduled. So that doesn't really count as not doing it. So I'm not, like counting it against myself. This is a disaster, an epic disaster. Anyway, the next thing on the list there is writing my fantasy story, which I did about, I'd say 75% of the first draft of that story for Camp Nano in April, and I haven't looked at it since then, and I'm not really planning on it either. So that specific story I love, and I love reading fantasy, and it was fun to write, but I don't feel that I have the skills necessary yet to make a good fantasy story yet. So I'm going to let that one stew for a while I continue to write and hone my skills, and then come back to it over time as I improve, and hopefully I'll be able to eventually make it the perfect fantasy story. This whole taking off of the red nail polish has not really worked out in my favor. The next thing on my list there is to re-outline really. It doesn't say re, but it should. the sequel to Return to Sherwood. I had already written the sequel, the first draft of it, but I wanted to re-outline it with Save the Cat, because the first draft was sort of all over the place and had no direction. So I did re-outline it, and then I wanted to give it a new title, because I did not like the title, and I did give it a new title. And then I wanted to finish my rewrites of the second draft in June, and I only did about half of it in June, so I didn't finish, but I got quite a bit done, so I was satisfied with it. So that's my stuff. With most of the cure written and half of the rewrites done, plus the 3 things that I actually did do, I feel like I got like 80% of my stuff done, which I think is decently productive. Down here, I had been saying I wanted to do 4 or more vlogs per month, but this has sort of changed because at the beginning of the year I wasn't sure I could handle my ideal 3 videos a week, which is why I said 4 or more vlogs per month. But I've gotten to the point where, unless I'm like super lazy, I have consistently been doing 3 videos a week without too much trouble. So yes, I got this, but you'll see on the next quarterly writing goals, when I flip this page over, I didn't put a number on it. I just said YouTube, because really I'm looking for like 10 to 12 videos a month now. Anyway, and then my social media. I don't know why I didn't give myself a pink line for this one. I was on social media fairly often. I don't know. It was fine. So, new goals. I want to finish the rewrites that I was supposed to finish in June for Return to Sherwood, and then do my POV edit. The POV edit was really what I wanted to do for July Camp Nano. So hopefully I get the rewrites to like fully done so that I can focus on the POV edits for Camp Nano. I'm getting a cover done in July for Return to Sherwood, the sequel. And then the conference that was rescheduled last quarter is now this quarter. It's in July. I'm going to vlog that experience as well, so there'll be a video from that. And then obviously I want to stay on top of my YouTube and my social media. That's the midst, that's not the word I was looking for. That's the gist of my goals. Really, it's just working on the sequel so that I can get it to the point where I can send it to editors. That's my goal. And then I have a conference and a cover coming. Huzzah. Now back to figuring out how to get rid of all of the red. My desk is getting red now, you guys. This is... this is really not working out. I got, once again, all of my talking done before I actually painted my nails. But here we are. I feel like I should commit to finishing this whole experience. Painting the nails. Trying not to paint my entire hand red. That was ridiculous. Anyway, so yes, I am focused on finishing the revisions for Return to Grace and then doing my giant POV edit. And when I say POV edit, this book, and obviously Return to Sherwood, which came first, is written from multiple point of views. And so after I finish all of my writing, there's cotton ball stuck to my finger. After I finish all of the writing portion of creating my story, both for Return to Sherwood and for Return to Grace, I pick it apart. So I take every scene from, let's say, Mark's perspective, and I find every scene in the novel from Mark's perspective, plus any, like, major scenes that he's in that aren't from his perspective, and then I just read and edit that to see if it's a complete story arc, or if I left something out of his story, or if there's a place that just feels like it's lacking something, or whatever. And then, once I have done that and added any scenes that needed adding, or whatever, then I go and do the exact same thing for Gilbert's perspective, and then for Ida's perspective, and then for Robin Hood's perspective, and then, you know, literally everyone who has a perspective. So, It's a bit tedious and it takes some time, but it really helps. And then I cut out any perspectives that are pointless. So with Return to Sherwood, I had, I think, 3 different people who just had random scenes, but they didn't have a story arc, and I cut all of their perspectives out because I really didn't need them at all. I feel committed to finishing this video, but I've run out of things to say, really, so there you go. Let's talk about why I do goals. So, basically, I like to make myself goals because it motivates me, and then I am, therefore, more productive. So, on a day-to-day basis, I like to make myself lists of things that I have to do in a day, and then I, you know, cross them off as I go, and it makes me very happy inside. And then, for each month in my bullet journal, I make writing goals. Oh, that was loud. I make writing goals every month, and then I like to make larger goals, which is my quarterly writing ones. So like in 3 months I can manage this much work. Anyway, all of it is just because it helps me stay productive and focused and actually get things done. I'm really liking this dark color. And like I said multiple times already, I feel committed to finishing this video even though I don't have anything to say. Don't judge the way I'm painting. My left hand is not as skilled as my right hand. Eek! There's a, well, you can't even see it. I was off camera. Look at that. I wasn't looking. So, do you make goals? Whoever you are watching this video. How do you stay productive? Also, what nail polish remover do you use? Because the one I'm using today is crappy. Either that or, I just don't know how to use nail polish remover. Boom! Done! I can stop killing time. Seriously though, if you do have, you know, personal life hacks in order to stay productive, let me know what those are. I just love my lists. Lists make me happy. Also, if you're doing Camp Nano, let me know what you're working on and how it's going and all of that good stuff. I'm just working my way through rewrites and edits. I'm actually filming this early because I'm going to be out of town for an entire week, so I have no idea when this goes live how far I've actually gotten with rewrites or if I'm on to my POV edits. I don't know. Because I haven't got there yet, but when this goes live, I will have. It's complicated. It's a complicated world we live in.